You know that feeling when you're just a step behind your friends. That tiny moment of separation. For one boy on a short trip, that single step changed everything. They were heading back from their adventure when he paused for just a second. When he looked up, the path was gone. His friends were gone. Just trees, an endless sea of green. He tried to backtrack, to call out their names, but every step he took seemed to pull him deeper into the forest's embrace. Panic started to set in as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple before plunging the world into darkness. The silence of the night was heavy, almost suffocating, but it wasn't complete silence. Whispers slithered through the trees, sourceless and chilling. He spun around, trying to find their origin, but saw nothing. And then, shapes emerged from the shadows. Men. Their faces were smeared with dirt, their bodies covered in strange symbols and markings. They moved with an unsettling grace, surrounding him without a sound. It was a cult, hidden away from the world in the heart of the forest. They spoke in a language he'd never heard, a guttural series of clicks and tones, but their eyes communicated everything. Fear, curiosity, and a chilling sense of ownership. They led him through the dense woods to a hidden camp, a small clearing lit by a crackling fire. He was forced to sit, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs as he waited for his fate to be decided. Hours felt like an eternity. Finally, a man who seemed to be their leader pointed a finger at him and spoke a single sentence that, for some reason, he understood perfectly. He will live, but not as a free man. From that night on, his life was a cycle of servitude. He learned to follow orders without question, to keep his head down and his mouth shut. He never made eye contact, becoming a ghost among them. Days blurred into weeks, weeks into months. The hope of escape dwindled with each passing sunrise. But in his silent observation, he learned the secret of the woods. The forest wasn't a maze you could solve with your eyes. The exits weren't marked paths, they were memorized routes, subtle shifts in the landscape that only a seasoned inhabitant would know. He began to piece together a mental map, a secret blueprint to freedom. He waited for the perfect moment, a moonless night, when the cult was completely absorbed in one of their strange, hypnotic rituals. With his heart in his throat, he took his chance. He ran. He didn't dare look back, didn't allow himself to think. The only sound was the desperate gasp of his own breath and the pounding of his feet on the forest floor. He ran until his lungs burned and his legs screamed, expecting at any moment to feel a hand on his shoulder. And then, suddenly, the trees broke. He stumbled out of the woods and found himself on the edge of a familiar road. The world he thought he'd lost forever laid out before him. He was free. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more.